Students, we have started chapter 10, our light, reflection and refraction. And in this chapter, up to now, we have completed that light is an electromagnetic ray that travels in straight line. And we have discussed two type of phenomena, that is reflection and refraction. When light moves in one medium, then the phenomena is called reflection. But when it moves or bend in in two mediums, then it is called refraction of light. And we have done some terms related to reflection of light. Now let us recall the law of reflection of light that you have done in your smaller classes also. So according to law of reflection of light, the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. As we have discussed earlier also, how angle of incidence are formed? Angle of incidence means the angle formed between the normal and the incident ray. And what is angle of reflection? The angle formed between reflected ray and the normal is called angle of reflection, and it is denoted by angle R. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. In simple way also we can say that these two are equal to each other. Okay, angle I represent angle of incidence and angle R represent angle of reflection. Then this, according to second law, the incident ray, the normal and the reflected ray both lie on the same plane at the point of incidence. What I am saying, the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal to the mirror at the point of incidence is always lie in the same plane. Okay, the incident ray and the reflected ray always lie on either side of the normal. In this you can see beta, here plane mirror is there, one side is reflected and another side is we can say polished. And in reflected side you can see the incident ray fall on point of incidence and then it go reflected back by forming same angle from the normal. So this law you have done in your previous classes also, and the law of reflection are applicable to all type of reflecting surface including your spherical mirrors also. You must have known about the spherical mirrors. And now let us discuss the properties of image formed by a plane mirror. What is plane mirror? Plane mirror, you know that the straight mirror which we usually have at our home, that is the example of plane mirror. Okay, so what are the characteristics of image formed by plane mirror? The first characteristic, or we can say property, is the image formed by such type of mirror is always erect and virtual. Okay, virtual means the image which cannot be obtained on screen, and erect means straight. For example, as you are standing in front of plane mirror, then you get your image straight only, isn't it? And it is virtual. How? It can be seen in the mirror, but if you want to see that on a screen, the image cannot be formed on the screen. Okay, then second characteristic is the of the same size as the object. If h is the height of object, then h dash will be the height of image. Both are equal to each other. For example, if we place 10 centimeter, an object is having height of 10 centimeter, and if we place in front of this mirror, then we are going to get the image of also 10 centimeters. Okay, the height of image will not change, since the height of object and height of image always remain same in case of plane mirror. Then our third characteristic is same at the same distance. If we keep the object at a 10 centimeter away from the mirror, then from the 10 centimeter away the image also formed, or we can say the object distance and image distance is equal to each other. The fourth property is the image formed is always laterally inverted. So what do you mean by laterally inverted? Means the left hand side of the object will remain right hand side of the object. For example, you can see here the side has changed, isn't it? And such type of image is called laterally inverted image. Okay, now we have discussed this characteristics of plane mirror. Now let us discuss different type of spherical mirror. Normally we have two type of mirror. The first one is concave and another one is convex. Okay, for understanding this you can have your activity 10.1 also. Take a large shining spoon. Okay, and if you try to view your face on the curved side, so you will get your image, and at the back side also you will get the image of that shiny spoon. The curved side, the inner side is considered to be curved mirror, and that curved mirror is named as concave mirror. Or simply you can learn like this also, that the mirror which form cave, the reflecting surface in the mirror is like a cave, that is called concave mirror. In our mirror we have two type of surface, students. First one is reflecting surface and another one is polished surface, isn't it? As we have discussed earlier also, that in the reflection phenomena we will have only one medium. So in mirror we have two type of surfaces, the reflecting surface on which incident ray fall, and the polished surface on which there will be no reflection takes place. So concave mirror is a spherical mirror that has its reflecting surface curved inward. Okay, and convex mirror is a spherical mirror that has its reflecting surface curved outward. If we consider the spoon, the outside we can say it is convex mirror, and the inside curved shaped is called concave mirror. Okay, and there are some important terms related to this, that are center of curvature, focus, principal axis, pole, focal length, and radius of curvature, that we are going to do in our next video. So till then you should know that what side of the mirror is concave and which side of mirror is convex. The reflecting surface of a spherical mirror may be curved inward or it can be outward. Okay, the spherical surface whose reflecting surface is inward means curved inward, that is the center of the sphere is inside or towards the face. That type of mirrors are called concave mirror. And the spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is inward out is curved outward is called convex mirror. Okay, so next of the things we are going to do in our next video. So till then you should draw the plane mirror images and write all the characteristics, that how plane mirror images are formed. They have four characteristics. The first one is it will always form virtual and erect image. Then height of object is always equal to height of image. Then third one, distance of object is equal to distance of image. Then the image formed always is laterally inverted. So I think this law of reflection is also clear to you. I repeat once again for you people, that angle I is always equal to angle R. Then the incident ray, refracted ray and normal to the mirror at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. And when you discuss such type of laws, you must draw the diagrams also. And in diagram you can see easily, this one is the incident ray. The incident ray is a ray which falls first on the reflecting surface, and reflected ray is the ray which formed or which comes out after reflection. And you can see the red ray, that is the normal means the ray perpendicular to the surface. So I think all these things are clear to you people. In our next video we are going to do some terms used in this spherical mirror. They are very important, like center of curvature, it is represented by C. Radius of curvature represented by capital R. Then pole represented by P. Principal axis is represented by a single line. Then C. Here diagrams are also given to understand the center of curvature, radius of curvature and all other things. This we are going to discuss in our next video. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.